Hey, welcome. Have you ever stopped to think about the hidden power in the words you use every single day? Today, we're going to dive into a huge idea, but we're starting small, with just one simple word. A word you've probably already said today without even thinking about it. So, what makes a word essential? What's the secret sauce that turns a bunch of letters into a critical tool for communication? That's the big mystery we're digging into today. And the word we're going to put under the microscope is normal. I know, it sounds, well, normal. Pretty ordinary, right? But stick with me because its simplicity is exactly what makes it so incredible. Think about a sentence like this. It's totally straightforward. The word normal just sets a baseline. It's what we expect. It gets the job done, no fuss. But hang on, there's way more going on under the hood here than you'd think. Because this seemingly ordinary word, well, it's actually part of a very exclusive club. It's a card-carrying member of this elite group that was put together for a really ambitious reason. And here it is. The word normal is on the basic English list. That's a core vocabulary of just 850 words, created way back in the 1930s. The whole idea was to have a super functional international language that could express just about any idea with a really small toolkit. But here's where it gets really wild. It's not just on the basic English list, it's also on the academic word list. The list of words you need to succeed at a university. So how is that possible? How can one word be simple enough for a total beginner, but also powerful enough for a professor? Which brings us right to our next big question. Out of the hundreds of thousands of words in English, what's so special about normal? What gives it this VIP status? Well, let's find out. We're going to break this word down piece by piece. By looking at what it means, how it relates to other words, and how it's used around the world, we can basically find the secret formula for an essential word. Okay, first up, its main definition. It creates a baseline. It's like the default setting for reality. A normal day, a normal price, a normal reaction. By defining what is the standard, it helps us understand everything that isn't. That's incredibly versatile. And it's not just for things and situations. The word also stretches to describe our state of being, our health. We all know what it means to be back to normal after being sick. This ability to describe the world outside and our world inside, that's a huge part of its power. Another superpower of this word, contrast. A really great core word gets a ton of its meaning from its opposites. Just look at all these antonyms. The second you understand normal, you automatically unlock a whole world of other ideas. Unusual, strange, special, abnormal. That's a lot of descriptive bang for your buck. And get this isn't just an English thing, not at all. The concept behind normal pops up in at least 60 different languages. That tells you this isn't some random word. It's a fundamental idea that humans everywhere use to organize the world. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. We've seen what makes the word normal tick. So what does that tell us about the bigger picture? About building an entire language system from the most essential parts? Well, here's what it all boils down to. The things we found in normal are basically the blueprint for any core word. It has to be a multi-tool, right? It needs to be versatile, have clear opposites, be something everyone gets, and it has to work for both everyday chatter and high-level ideas. And that takes us right back to the whole point of that basic English list. The goal was never just to make English easier. It was to boil it down to its most powerful, most functional, most universal parts. Every single one of those 850 words was chosen because it does some serious heavy lifting, just like normal. So, okay, why did we just spend all this time on one normal word? Why does any of this matter? Because it actually tells us something really deep about how language works, especially now when we're all drowning in information. It shows us that real power in communication doesn't always come from using big, fancy words. In fact, it's usually the opposite. The most important, most foundational words are the ones hiding in plain sight, the ones we use every day. They're like the invisible architecture of how we think. And that leaves me with one last thought for you. The people who created Basic English truly believed that a small set of powerful words could help create global understanding. It really makes you wonder, in a world that's so noisy and complicated, what could we all accomplish if we just focused on the simple, essential building blocks? What if 850 words are all you need?